given that illusion means a false sense impression of something. My question is our experience of the world an illusion? This is an answer coming from Dr. Simon Kolstoe, University of Portsmouth. In answering this question, it is helpful to distinguish between ontology, what exists, and epistemology, how we know what we know. The question has an ontological part. Is there something called the world? And an epistemological part. Is my experience of this world false? The temptation is to conflate the two aspects of the question into either a naive realist position, the world exists and I experience it accurately, or a naive idealist, everything is an illusion position. But it seems perfectly possible to believe that an external world exists, and at the same time believe that my experience of that world could be misinformative. To briefly expand, I seem to have experiences of something. I can break this something down, first into the different senses, sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste, through which I experience my body and other bodies that appear to be like mine. Further, I experience the unreasonable effectiveness of mathematics and science in making coherent, consistent, correspondent, and pragmatic predictions about my experiences. This leads me to guess that something outside of me, call it the world, really does exist. However, I cannot help but also note that I only appreciate this as a subjective being, that no matter what the nature of the world actually is, I only experience it through my senses, and therefore can only know the world in these terms. I simply have no idea whether this is a good representation of what the mind-independent world actually is. Furthermore, there will be other equally appropriate ways of experiencing the world using different senses of which I know nothing. To paraphrase Thomas Nagel, I can never know what the world is like from the perspective of a bat. Finally, I don't even have a sure way of knowing whether others, who seem like me, experience the world in the same way. To summarize, there is probably a world that is not an illusion, but my experience of it could be one. In addition, if God exists who can experience the world perfectly so that his experience becomes the actual and real objective reality, can we really say that we humans also perfectly experience the world the way God does? If the answer is no, can we say that our experience of the world must be an illusion since we are not experiencing the real objective reality that only God experiences? How about you? What do you think? Is our human experience of the world an illusion?